Good morning, boys and girls. So, I've been looking online and I can see what work you're doing. So, I noticed a bunch of us were struggling on our Wiggly Worms book that we read. So, I want to go over it with you, okay? So, I am going to be moving my camera around so you can see what I see. But, the book is the Wiggly Worms book on Raz Kids. If you want to follow along with me, you could pause me and go ahead and get that paper out on Wiggly Worms, okay? So I have to turn my camera this way. What I'm looking at here is the table of contents. Remember we talked about the table of contents being that it tells us what chapter has what information. So I'm looking at small animals, big changes, and it tells me that I can go to page 4 to find out that information. And then it has a whole list of other things and the pages next to them. Remember, we did table of contents way before we went out of spring break, and you all did really good on that. So I'm going to click to the next page, and it says, small animals, big changes. It looks like this. All right. Do you know about earthworms? These small animals can change the soil in big ways. Earthworm bodies. So right here, remember this up here? What did we say that bold word was called up there in the top of our chapters? It's called a heading. And it says the body of an earthworm is made up of many parts. Each part is shaped like a ring, and each part can bend and stretch. Earthworms move by stretching and pulling their bodies. Slimy worms. Earthworms are slimy. The slime helps keep earthworms cool and wet. It also helps earthworms slide through the soil. After earthworms mate, a ball of slime forms. Yuck. The slime dries into a cocoon, and the baby worms come out of the cocoon. I'm on this page. Earthworm behavior. Earthworms build long tunnels underground. The tunnels keep worms away from the heat and the sunlight, and they also help earthworms hide from hungry caterpillars. Earthworms come out at night to look for food. Some people call them night crawlers. Earthworms eat dead leaves and plants. Earthworms are good for the soil. Farmers love earthworms. Earthworms make space in the soil. The space helps plants get what they need to grow, and earthworms' waste, which is what they poop, it helps plants grow big and strong. So when they use the word waste there, they're actually talking about what comes out of the earthworm. Sounds a silly word, poop, but you know what I got to tell you, that the plants need that poop because it helps them grow, helps them get bigger and stronger. Wanted, earthworms. Many animals love to eat earthworms. And here we go. You got a mole there and a toad eating the earthworm. Earthworms are small, but they have a big job. Earthworms help plants grow. And here is our glossary. Remember what we said our glossary was? Our glossary is going to have words on them, and it's going to tell you what those words mean. So the glossary has the words with the definition. I told you it's kind of like a little dictionary in your book. All right, so let's talk about this book. What do you think the main idea of this book was? What was this book about? Was it just a book only about worms and that's it? We're just going to tell you a bunch of silly things about worms? No, this book was telling you how the worms help us, help plants, and how they actually help other animals as well. So when we're talking about the main idea, it's asking you, what is this book mostly about? And I saw a bunch of you were struggling on that main idea. So I wanted to do a quick video where I'm reading it to you, and I was telling you, hey, what was this book about? I mean, what do earthworms help us do? How do earthworms help plants? Do you remember that? Can you remember that silly thing I just talked about on how they help us? One of the things? Yeah, their waste. What they poop. It helps those plants grow bigger and stronger. And when they're moving around in the earth, they're loosening up that dirt, which again is helping those plants get good oxygen so they can grow bigger. Well, how does it help an animal? Well, it helps an animal in two ways. One, it helps grow those plants so plant eaters have plants to actually eat. And two, it helps an animal because it's their food. Some toads love to eat some earthworms, and moles love to eat earthworms. Birds love to eat earthworms. So that's another way that it helps animals. So when you're taking these quizzes, slow down, read the question. If you're struggling reading it, ask your grown-up to help you read that question. And go back and read. Remember, the main idea is, what is this story mostly about? And that's what they're asking in this quiz, okay? All right, I love you. Bye.